Nick Whitehouse on Solihull Radio.
Give a brother room, the fuse is lit and I'm about to go boom. Mercy, mercy, mercy me. My life was a cage, but on stage I'm free. Hyped up, psyched up, ready for wildin'. Standing in a crowd of girls like an island. I see the one I wanna sit, come here cutie. I flip her around and then I work that booty. Work the body, work the body. Slow down girl, you're about to hurt somebody. Hold up, yo, let's get just one thing clear. There's only one reason why I came here. You women don't want me to tell you what's up. You women don't want me to tell you what's up. You women don't want me to tell you what's up. I came here tonight to hear the crowd go. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 boom. Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Pump it up, Prince. Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Pump it up, Prince. Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Pump it up, Prince. Well, here I go, here I go, here I go. Yo, dance in the aisles when the Prince steps to it. The rhyme is a football, y'all, and I went and threw it out in the crowd, and yo, it was a good throw. How do I know? Because the crowd went. In response to the way that I was kicking it, smooth and individual rhymes, always original, like the Dr. Jekyll man, and this is my high side. I am the driver, and y'all want a rap ride, so fellas, yeah. Are y'all with me? Yeah. Let's say fellas, yeah. Are y'all with me? Yeah. Why don't you tell the girls what y'all wanna do? You wanna ooh, ooh. That's right, yo, and I'm in the flow, so pump up the volume along with the tempo. I want everybody in the house to know I came here tonight to hear the crowd go. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 boom. Yeah. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Take it on down.
Pump it up, come on now. Pump it up, come on now. Pump it up, come on now. Pump it up.
Yeah, give it. Yeah, come on now. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, tick, tick. Here I go. The fresh prince is who I am. So told my mother that I never make a whack jam. But sometimes I get nervous and start to stutter, and I fumble every word I utter. So I just try to chill, but it gets worse and worse still. I need the crowd to get into it. They help me calm down and I can get through it. So higher, get your hands to the ceiling. Let it go, y'all, don't fight the feeling. Might get a stranglehold, sweat pouring. And like Jordan, yo, I'm scoring. Yeah, that's right, y'all, and I am in the flow. So pump up the volume along with the tempo. Many have died trying to stop my show. I came here tonight to hear the crowd go. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake it to where I am. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 tick. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 tick.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
Good morning and a happy Saturday to all of you. I'm Nick and this is the Solihull Show here on Solihull Radio. And boy, what an exciting show I've got planned for you. In a little bit we've got Elena Pando with the Stagecoach Choir singing a couple of songs for all of you, telling us about what they're up to. Stay tuned for that. I've also got Kate Moxley here to tell us all about Mental Health Awareness Wednesday and all the hard work she's been doing around Solihull. Not only that, you've got all your latest discounts, competitions, and quite a few requests from Touchwood as well. If you want to get in touch, you can get in with the show. Give us a call on 0121 70 40 185. That's 0121 70 40 185. Or why don't you drop me a text on 075 64 30 30 64. That's 075 64 30 30 64. Drop me an email if you want to on studio@solihullradio.com. That's studio@solihullradio.com. And stay tuned, because the performances from Stagecoach are going to be on our Facebook Live. So if you find us on Facebook, you can do that. And everything here is on the hashtag The Solihull Show. But first of all, I'm going to play a little bit of a request here for Sarah Cartwright from the Calendar Club. She has got, just outside sort of Goldsmiths around there in Touchwood, they've got a whole wide range of calendars that they've got on their stand. Sort of, they're up there from around about September to January each year. They've got a big promotion this week at the moment with a buy one, get one half price. So get yourself down here. She's a bit of an Amy Winehouse fan, so that's why she's requested this, which is Amy Winehouse's Back to Black.
He left no time to regret, kept his way with his same old safe bet.
That was Amy Whitehouse, Back to Black, here on Solihull Radio. I am very, very lucky to be joined in the studio by Elaine from Stagecoach Solihull. How are you, Elena? Sorry, did I get it wrong?
No,
Sorry,
that's all right.
Elena. There we go. How are you today? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. You've come backed by a load of people just outside the studio. How many children have we got along? They're all doing a thumbs up.
Yeah, there's about 15 of them.
About 15 of them. You all right, guys? I don't know if you heard that, but you'll hear them in a minute. They're going to be singing to all of us. What are you going to be singing?
We've got a bit of Great Showman. We've got a bit of like Glee. So yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's great. So how long have you been involved in Stagecoach?
I started going to Stagecoach when I was about 3.
Right.
And then I kept going till I was about 18.
Yeah.
And then now I'm a permanent teacher at Stagecoach Solihull and at Stagecoach Bromsgrove.
So did you go away and do sort of proper performing arts stuff and that sort of thing?
So I went to drama school. I went to LIPA in Liverpool and
Yeah.
I studied acting.
Yeah.
And then I've got an agent at the moment and I'm kind of performing still, getting auditions.
All right.
and
So
stuff.
this is like a bit of an opportunity to make your mark on the scene on Solihull Radio
Yeah.
today. It is. So is it your mum who runs it?
Yes,
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. How long has she been doing it for?
She's been doing it for 22 years.
Wow.
So a really long time.
So have any really famous people sort of come through your ranks and sort of got to make it big?
So we've got people in the West End at the moment, people who have been in the West End, people who've been in Motown, Jersey Boys, Hairspray, touring
Wow.
productions. We've got people who kind of like used to tech for us who are now doing Matthew Bourne's Swan Lake, all that kind of stuff. So it takes you completely different avenues.
So it's well worth joining in.
Yeah,
Who can join? What sort of classes do you do?
So we do classes for 18-month-old to 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's our mini stages classes.
Yeah.
They're an hour session. Parents join in, so it's a fun chance for kind of parents to bond with the children, or
Yeah.
grandparents can come. And then there's early stages, which is for up to 7-year-olds,
Yeah.
and our main schools, which is up to 18.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So when do you do them? Where and when? How much? That sort of thing?
So it's at Tudor Grange School.
Yeah.
And it's Thursday night, Friday night, and all day Saturday. So there's loads of classes you can get involved in, and they're all around the school. So there's loads going on. It's really buzzing atmosphere. So.
Okay. So I'm guessing you're all online and everything like that on Facebook. If you want to find out more, you can go and do that.
Yep, there's a Stagecoach Solihull Facebook page and a website, so just Google Stagecoach Solihull and you'll get all the contact details and you can get more information. And we do open days quite a lot, so you can pop along to one of those and have some fun.
Okay. So what sort of age group have we got here? What classes are they drawn from? Are they all from the same class, or are they drawn from different classes?
No, all different classes. So we've got some stage 2s, some stage 3s, and they're all from different days. So our choir is kind of like an extracurricular opportunity. It's free to kind of integrate with the other classes,
Yeah.
and just kind of like a social thing and like develop your skills more than you can in normal classes. I
Fabulous.
suppose.
I'm looking out there. Have you got anyone should keep my eye on?
Oh, there's
Who's the troublemaker? There's someone who's trying to Facebook Live this. Look at that. She's blushing. She's totally blushing, and she's gone to hide in the Solihull Radio kitchen. I saw you.
There's a few. They're all a bit troublesome.
Are they?
Yeah, they're all characters.
You
so.
should have seen. You should have seen the warm-ups, guys. On look at that. We got some
Jazz
dancing,
hands.
jazz hands. Are there some big egos?
Yeah, but in a good way. Some big characters, let's call it.
Okay, all right, fab. Right, so we're going to sing a song now.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to do a bit of an introduction? What are we going to sing first?
Okay, so it's A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman, and we hope you enjoy.
Okay, and what we're going to do is we'll they'll sing a song, we'll have a song and a request in between, and we'll hear from them in a bit, okay? So now we're going to try something ultra technical now. So we're going to play a little jingle, and by technical magic, you're going to run across and do some conducting for us, okay? And if you want to go across onto Facebook Live, guys, all things being equal, we should be able to transmit some of their singing live here in the studio. If you want to use the hashtag and make any comments, hashtag the Solihull Show, that's the one for you. So if you want to make a move, that's great. I'm going to play a jingle, and hopefully it's all going to be good.
Solihullradio.com.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be a part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. A million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
That's just how many people there are in the studio. Oh my gosh, what an amazing production. There we go. They'll be on in just a moment after the next track to play you another song. Thank you very much. So what we've got now is we've got a song now for Neil's Yard. I was happy to speak to Verity there, and she wants to tell us all about Beauty Box, where you can spend £35 and get a box for £25 that's worth £95. They also wants to tell us about the Wild Rose Beauty Bar, sells very well, and she's also got a Christmas gift box that are with a special festive fragrance. So get yourself down there to Neil's Yard on the arcade in Touchwood, and she has requested this, which is Dua Lipa and Be the One.
I see the moon, I
see the moon. Oh, when you're looking at the sun. Not a fool, not a fool, not a fool. No, you're not fooling anyone. Oh, but when you're gone, when you're gone, when you're gone, oh, baby, all the lights go out. Thinking of that, baby, I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong. Come back to me, baby, we can work this out. Oh, baby, come on, let me get to know you. Just another chance so that I can show that I won't let you down and run. No, I won't let you down and run. 'Cause I could be the one. 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 I see him blue, I see him blue, I see him blue. Oh, when you see everything in red. There's nothing that I wanna do for you, do for you, do for you. Oh, 'cause you got inside my head. Oh, but when you're gone, when you're gone, when you're gone, oh, baby, all the lights go out. Thinking of that, baby, I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong. Come back to me, baby, we can work this out. Oh, baby, come on, let me get to know you. Just another chance so that I can show that I won't let you down and run. No, I won't let you down and run. 'Cause I could be the one. I could be the one. I could be the one, 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 be the one. I could be the one, 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 be the one. I could be the one, 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 be the one. I could be the one, be the one, be the one, be the one, be the one. Will you be mine? Oh, baby, come on, let me get to know you. Just another chance so that I can show that I won't let you down and run. No, I won't let you down and run. 'Cause I could be the one. I could be the one. I could be the one.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
So straight back in with Stagecoach. They've got the next track and the last track today. And if you do want to, you can watch it on Facebook Live as well. Over to you guys.
She took the midnight train going anywhere.
Okay, well done. They've got to shoot off now. Thank you very much, guys. We're going to be back in a minute with Katie Moxley. But first, she's requested, oh my goodness, some Baby Shark.
Daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do-do, Daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do-do, Daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do-do, Daddy shark.
Grandma shark do 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 do. Grandma shark do 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 do. Grandma shark do 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 do. Grandma shark.
Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa shark. Let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt.
Run away do 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 do. Run away do 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 do. Run away do 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 do. Run away. Safe at last do 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 do. Safe at last do 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 do. Safe at last do 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 do. Safe at last. It's the end do 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 do. It's the end do 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 do. It's the end do 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 do. It's the end.
Well, that's Baby Shark here on Solihull Radio, and Katie's in the studio. Katie, why on earth did you request that one?
I chose Baby Shark because I work in early years and childcare, and I've also got some very special little friends, some triplets called Sienna, Primrose and Romeo, and they absolutely love Baby Shark, as do so many people at the moment.
Can they do the dance? My 9-year-old loves it. He's
Yeah.
always doing it. He admires himself in the mirrored wardrobes and just sort of does it as he goes.
Oh yeah, they can do all the moves and join in, and it's obviously so much fun. So that was why I chose it.
Is it a bit of a guilty pleasure of yours?
Yes, indeed. And yours, I'm sure. You were joining in. Good to see you, having a little dance.
Thanks, Katie. Thank you very much. So how you been? You all right?
Yeah.
It's been a busy week for you, hasn't it?
It has been a super busy week. I decided to organise a week in line with World Mental Health Day, which was on Wednesday, called Early Years Wellbeing Week.
Right.
So as you will know, obviously from coming in and speaking to you previously,
Yeah.
I work with early years and childcare settings as an independent early years consultant.
Right.
So anything from improving Ofsted inspection results to staff training to opening nurseries, anything really to do with early years. I'm
Yeah.
an early years enthusiast. So I organised a week called Early Years Wellbeing Week with the aim of shining the spotlight on mental health and wellbeing for the early years workforce, and also for obviously the children as well.
So it's a massive issue, isn't it, for both nationally and locally as well. And it's sort of, you've got some information there that you've dug out for us, haven't you?
Yeah, so earlier in the year, the Preschool Learning Alliance, they published a report called Minds Matter, and it was the first kind of survey that we've had predominantly for the early years workforce in terms of mental health. And it really highlighted, as along with the rest of the country, I suppose, the epidemic of stress that we are under. And it, we talk about 1 in 4 of us will experience mental ill health within the next 12 months. The difficulty we have...
1 in 4?
1 in 4 of us,
So
yeah.
a quarter of us are going to...
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and when we talk about mental ill health, we're talking about stress, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, low mood, OCD. There's so many different types, and I think in terms of early years and childcare, there is a stigma attached to mental illness anyway, but it's about having the conversation. People get confused between mental health and mental illness.
Right.
We all have mental health, as I keep on banging on, but we have to take care of it and integrate it with our physical health. And,
The
break
two are
stigma.
intertwined, aren't they, to be perfectly honest?
Yeah, they certainly are. But when we talk about health, if we don't label our mental health in the right way, then people don't realise. So it's about that awareness, trying to end the stigma, break down the barriers, and encourage practitioners within the early years workforce to talk about positive strategies to promote well-being within the workplace. So a culture of kindness, of compassion, how we take care of each other. So we've had some amazing activities going on throughout the week. I encourage settings through my social media accounts. So I'm at Kate Moxley EYC on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And I asked settings to share some of the activities that they were going to plan, and with some other early years advocates and enthusiasts, we shared tips on activities, different things that we could do to support staff, child and parent wellbeing. And we have had people from as far as Australia joining in with our initiative. So if you search for the hashtag EY Wellbeing Week, then you will find various different posts, photos, activities, videos of people doing so many different things to promote well-being and mental health, specifically within the early years.
So I'm just writing that hashtag down again, because obviously I'll tag anything that we do for today on that. So EY
Wellbeing Week.
Wellbeing Week.
Yeah, and so we've had, random acts of kindness. We've had so many settings sharing how they're providing breakfast for their staff, because we know nutrition is such a massive part of our well-being. So providing fruit baskets, breakfast and different things to be able to sustain our energy throughout the day. Kindness walls, well-being wishes. Some nurseries this week, Lawnswood Childcare in Solihull, they have worn their pyjamas into school into nurseries this week.
Oh, I love it.
They've had afternoon teas. They've really embraced it and celebrated well-being. And the message really is, just like with any of us, we must take care of our own well-being and take care of ourselves before we can take care of others. And in early years, and you'll know in the teaching profession, we put others' well-being and other people's needs before our own. And it really is about, looking at how we manage our stress and promoting positive attitudes to mental health and well-being.
Two things strike me about what you've been talking about. First of all is the fact that the children are never ever going to be able to progress academically without the whole child being nurtured and being in a happy, safe place to learn. And anybody is foolish if they think that they can bypass that to get academic results.
Of course.
The other thing that strikes me is you are in an educational establishment, and we know how hectic maybe an early year setting might be. Unless you take care and have healthy staff, they can't provide that environment for the pupils anyway, because if they're stressed, they're anxious, that's going to... They're sensitive creatures, these little children. They're going to pick up on it and it's going to be passed on.
Well, it goes back to that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. So I've actually just written an article for Nursery World magazine, and it talks about presenteeism. So actually so many of us, and I can't remember the exact figures off the top of my head, but there was a report earlier in the year around the cost of presenteeism to our industry in terms of obviously going into work and appearing fine. I wrote about how managers say, we don't have a sickness culture in our place, I won't allow for it. But actually, what is the cost of staff going into work that aren't physically or mentally healthy? Like you say, they're not in a place to be able to give the best for children. And actually, by letting ourselves down, we're letting the children down. So it really is that message of self-care is such an important word, but it's making time for those important rituals that enable you to nurture your well-being, so you can nurture the children's well-being as well.
I mean, it's intelligent leadership, because even if you in the short term you might drive someone into the ground or something like that because you're working too hard, they will leave ultimately, and you won't be able to grow people professionally into sort of an outstanding professional. They'll leave and you have to start from scratch again with someone new, and it's that loop, that cycle of sort of live fast, sort of burn out young, really, which we don't want.
No.
So tell me again, how do we find out more about what you're up to?
So yeah, Early Years Wellbeing Week has run all throughout this week from the 8th until tomorrow, the 14th of October. You can search for it using the hashtag EY Wellbeing Week on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's all over the place. You can also check out, I've had various different guest blogs this week. So I linked up with a area manager from a chain of nurseries in Merseyside called Portico, and they were sharing the important work they've done with their team around the campaign Where's Your Head At, that. So it's about making your workplace pledge to create mentally healthy workplace environments. So it's about, yes, this week has been wonderful to focus on well-being, and we've seen some wonderful activities, but it's about how we incorporate it, like you say, to have mentally healthy workplaces. And that is about a professional, transparent, consistent leadership team that has clear policies, procedures in place that supports a healthy culture, that promotes performance management in a positive way, that comes from a place of empathy and compassion. And we were talking about that earlier off the radio, about how important that is to individuals, to in every aspect of their life, but most importantly for work.
So is there anywhere that you know of, I don't know, we could probably, if we don't know of where it is, we can always find it later, somewhere where employers or managers or leaders can find something like an appropriate policy or get trained up in some capacity? What would you recommend if they're coming at it new, they want to create that culture, they want to maybe put together a policy in place and an approach? What would be a good way in for them?
Okay, so I'm actually a Mental Health First Aid England instructor, and I deliver the adult mental health first aid 2-day courses, and that really is about awareness and educating your team in terms of mental health. And the MHFA England website, it's mhfa.org.uk. If you search for that, there is an array of resources that can help you. There's a free downloadable toolkit called Line Manager's Resource.
Right, okay.
And it links, gives you lots of helpful legislation, policies. It also gives you tips on well-being in the workplace, returning to work, all of those different things, but talking about mentally healthy cultures. I've also shared on my Facebook group this week template policies on well-being, and also the ACAS guidelines and the Health and Safety Executive guidelines on supporting and nurturing mental health within the workplace.
Fantastic. Katie, you've got a bit of a request here, but before we go into that, you're going to do your DJ moment. Have you got a website? How do people get in touch with you if they want to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so I have got a Facebook page called Kate Moxley EYC, and I also have a Facebook group called Early Years Enthusiasts. There's nearly 2,000 of us in that group joining voices, and that's what we've talked about really this week, joining voices, connecting with one another, and how important that is. So I'd love for people to reach out and talk to me and share their stories, tips and ideas. Every day is a learning day. We're all learning from one another, so I'd love people to reach out. And you can also find me on Instagram and on Twitter at the same, Kate Moxley at EYC, or
Kate.
at Kate Moxley EYC.
Thank you very much. What's your song?
So my song is Ray Morris, Somebody Out There Needs You.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you for coming in. I hope to see you real soon.
Thanks, Nick.
Someone out there loves you. Someone out there is lonely too. They may not know it, they may be trying to tell you, and you may not know till you pass on the street. Your heads turn, your eyes lock, and you feel complete. Someone out there loves you. When the world's got you down and there's no end in sight, do you give up? Keep your eyes shut. When the days are drawn out, feel like nothing is going your way, do you give up? Keep your eyes shut. You can rest assured you're not the only one. Someone out there loves you. Someone out there is lonely too. They may not know it, they may be trying to tell you, and you may not know till you pass on the street. Your heads turn, your eyes lock, and you feel complete. Someone out there loves you. When the pages don't turn and the words are all blurred, don't you give up, don't you give up. When someone out there loves you. You can rest assured you're not the only one. You can rest assured you're not the only one. You can rest assured you're not the only one. You can rest assured you're not the only one.
There's Ray Morris, someone out there. Thank you, Katie. Wow, what a busy show. It's just me and you now. I'm sitting here. I've got a bit of a request I'm going to play out now for Eaton Fine Heart. If you know where, sort of, if you go on that arcade just by Starbucks, coming into Touchwood, there's on the right hand side as you go through the door, there's Eaton Fine Art just on the corner there. And yesterday I was lucky enough to have a good old chat to them because they've got a big event on this afternoon. If you like your art, they've got a local artist called Ralph. And he has got, what I can tell, are a lot of black and white artworks, all about villains. He's a Solihull local guy. He's very young. They've got lots of other things coming up as well. But definitely get down there if you like a bit of artwork. I saw some pictures in the window, certainly, of the Gallagher brothers. I took a picture, have a look at their Facebook page if you want to. And so get yourself in there, have a little look round, and appreciate the chap's work, and maybe buy some, you never know. But also, they've got lots of other things coming up as well. But they have requested this. And this is going to be from the new movie A Star Is Born. Hopefully, it had some great reviews. Hopefully, you're going to go and see it. But this is dedicated to a gentleman called Simon McLean. And he ran a business from Birmingham, I think it was called Click Travel. But he spent about £12,000 on a picture from their gallery. But he died. He died, and they only just found out, and they're all very sad and a bit shaken up about it. So this is for him. And also the guys there, we've got Charlotte and Amy. Thank you very much for chatting to us yesterday while you were so busy setting up your exhibition. But this is Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga with Shallow.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself.
Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself. I'm of the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now.
In the shallow. In the shallow.
There's Shallow here on Solihull Radio. Thank you very much for clicking in with us today. It's just me and you. I've got a couple more requests to play. But first of all, I'm going to change it and we're going to go a bit more culture. We have a bit more culture here. We've got a request for Emma at Crystal Chain. They've been open 10 years, but they wanted to draw our attention to an Astra range in the window from New Zealand, which is handmade jewellery, won awards, lots of sparkly things in there. And did you know that they've got a loyalty card for about, if you spend 80 quid in one of your shops, you can have 20% off forever. How about that? They've got a little small sale as well. But Chris really loves classical music, who is the owner. So we're going to play some classical music for him. We're going to play some Tchaikovsky with the 1812 Overture. Well, here we go on Solihull Radio. There's a bit of Solihull Radio going classic for Chris, who runs Crystal Chain, on behalf of Emma. So thank you very much for your request. I'm going to hit you now with some competitions and bargains. First of all, did you know that there is a voucher that you can get for Goldsmiths, which is a 12% discount in store on full price items at Goldsmiths. But of course they've got their 50% off a deal as well that they're running at the moment, and that expires, there's unlimited usages, that expires on the 3rd of December. We've also got £2.50. There's a voucher you can get for £2.50 of any dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. Whoa. But that expires on Monday. Use that up. Limited amounts before then, okay? We've also got this information. I don't suppose you've been catching up with Alex Manners, one of our other presenters on a Sunday morning. He's been telling us all about this little zone, which is the Quiet Zone in Touchwood. And that is in association with the National Autistic Society. And that's available here on the Poplar Arcade in Touchwood from the 8th to 13th of October. So get yourself down there if you need that today, and you can enjoy a bit of some quiet space, some special space, just to get away from the hustle and bustle of the Touchwood Shopping Centre. It'll be very busy today, so do take the opportunity to spend some time in that quiet zone. Also, we've got some competitions, a chance for you to win big. Well, the first one I have to tell you about is here on Solihull Radio in conjunction with Solihull 25 and 25 and the Round Table of Solihull. They are doing if you were listening last week, you'll already know that the Tudor Grange Fireworks is arranged by the Solihull Round Table. And they have been lucky enough to be linking up with Specsavers Solihull and their 25 and 25 project. And over 25 days on Solihull Radio, each day one lucky winner is going to be walking away with a free family ticket for 25 consecutive days, if that makes sense. So that started on Tuesday. So there'll be the winner today will be selected at random from the people who have liked and shared our Facebook page, the Solihull Radio Facebook page, and also commented underneath the post that's linked on our Facebook page, Solihull Radio, with a particular movie soundtrack that they'd like to have played. And without those things, you can't be eligible for the draw. And one of those people is going to be selected at random tonight by Debs Donnelly, and we'll see if you have won that family ticket. You can still enter. You can keep entering up until just before the fireworks, so don't worry, you've always got the chance. So, now, some other competitions. You can also win big. You can win a private film screening for you and your friends of Disney's A Nutcracker and the Fall Realms, because there's a competition happening at Monsoon. What you've got to do, you've got to enter on iPads in the store or at uk.monsoon.co.uk/Nutcracker. So that's good. And 10 runners-up will receive a surprise goodie bag as well. Also, if you've got some kids, go down the Entertainer, and there's a playground club, and there's a range of competitions to do with things like Christmas wish lists or win one of 5. Go down there, there's some competitions. You could win some toys. That's good news. Also, if you are at TGI Fridays, there's also an opportunity to win a family trip to Transylvania in conjunction with Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. So it gives instructions there on how to win. So what you've got to do, get down there, have a look at the poster in the window, maybe have some food. So we're going to finish off now with a request for Nigel Johnson, and he's been helping me today. So thank you to him, but he wants this from Elton John, I'm Still Standing. And thank you very much for clicking in. I'll be back next time on Solihull Radio.
You can never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice. And there's a cold and lonely light that shines from you. You wind up like the wreck you hide behind that mask you use. And did you think this fool could never win? Well, look at me, I'm coming back again. I got a taste of love in a simple way. And if you need to know while I'm still standing, you just fade away. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Once I never could have hoped to win. You're starting down the road, leaving me again. The threats you made were meant to cut me down. And if my love was just a circus, you'd be a clown by now. No, I'm still standing better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm
Beatrix, apparently this is for you. Hope you're listening. Gives me some dancing, some dance moves. Apparently this is your favourite song.
Nick Whitehouse on Solihull Radio.